how I always greet you kind of the way I would greet my cats. I don't know if you should take that as a compliment. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Katie Wismer. I'm an author and an editor. I have 7 books out currently, and we're gonna do a writing vlog tonight. Don't mind me, this is how you know the writing is going well. I have been forgetting to eat. I haven't left the apartment. Basically, I've just been so hyper focused on it that I haven't eaten anything all day, and it's just like occurred to me that I'm starving. So it's a good and a bad thing. But we're gonna do a nighttime writing vlog. We haven't done one of these in a while. I'll have the playlist linked down below if you want to see the past videos. These used to be some of my favorite vlogs to film. There was no reason why we stopped doing them, really, that I can remember, so I'm excited. Basically, I'm just gonna be working on my project and we're gonna hang out. It's not that different from the other vlogs. I just feel like these ones have a specific vibe. That's all there is. I'm currently working on my book, Broken Perfect Lies. This is going to my developmental editor on August 1st, which is in about 2 weeks. So we have hit, you know, crunch time, which has been interesting lately because I had this like breakthrough a couple of days ago, which I'm really happy about. I figured out something that is just, I don't really know how to describe it without being like super spoilery. I don't know how to talk about this book without spoiling this book because it has that kind of like thriller, mystery, plot twist kind of feel to it, so I don't want to say too much. But basically, I figured out something that I needed, which is excellent. I'm really happy with it, but it's going to cause a lot of other changes and like a domino effect throughout the manuscript. We're going to start with kombucha tonight. Maybe we'll switch over to wine, but we have a lot to do and we're on a deadline, so we gotta stay sharp at first at least. So we're gonna be working Broken Perfect Lies tonight. I'm probably the most hopeful and like, I don't know if hopeful is the right word, confident about this book and excited about this book that I've been in a long time, probably since I started it and I was in that like, I just have a brand new idea, everything's perfect kind of glow at the beginning when you first start the rough draft, you know? We are drinking the kombucha out of a wine glass so I can feel fancy. So things are good. Things are coming together with this one for sure. At this point, I just have a checklist of things that I want to take care of before I send it off to my editor, a couple of which don't have to get done. I don't know exactly how I'm going to fix them. It's literally just like, I feel like there should be another scene. I feel like there should be another chapter between these 2 things, but I don't know what it would be. So if we don't get to those 2 bullet points and I just have to like make a note to my editor and be like, I feel like something needs to go here, that's okay. The other ones, I basically just need to tie a couple of things more together. Like I felt like these subplots needed more closure. There's one like element of a character's personality I want to try and tie in some more. I need to add back in a conversation that I had to cut because it was in a scene that I cut, but I want to keep the conversation. Just little things like that. We are down to the little nitty-gritty things, so this is exciting. If you missed it, this book now has a release date. Broken Perfect Lies is officially coming out on January 10th of 2023. So first thing next year. I don't have the pre-order links up just yet, but you can add it on Goodreads, so I'll have those down below if you want to do that. I'm gonna put on my perfume and we're gonna get to work. This video is being sponsored by Dossier. That's where pretty much all of my perfumes are from. I choose one of their scents to associate with each of my writing projects, kind of like a scent association thing. So I only wear, there's a bug, I only wear the perfume when I'm working on the book, and I always wear the perfume when I'm working on the book. So Broken Perfect Lies scent is their fruity brown sugar perfume. Dossier is a fragrance company, obviously, and they sell dupes for designer scents at a much more affordable costs. Where the perfume it's inspired by might be a couple $100, theirs are all $30 or $40. Genuinely really love this company. I've loved every single one of their perfumes that I've tried. I love their business model. You should definitely go check them out. I'll have a link for them down below in the description, which will get you some money off as well. Other than that, we're just gonna be not writing together tonight. I guess we're gonna be editing. I don't know, honestly, if I can get myself like really focused. I don't know how long this is gonna take me. Maybe not that long, and maybe we'll move over to something else. I guess the only other announcement kind of thing to get out of the way before we get into the rest of the vlog is I have a Kickstarter up right now for the Bloodless Ties audiobook. Basically, the Bloodless Ties audiobook is gonna be a lot more expensive than my previous audiobooks, both because the book is a lot longer and also because I'm bringing on a second narrator to do Reed's chapters. I wanted a male narrator for his point of view chapters. So not only am I paying 2 narrators, but I'm also paying their full rate instead of doing like a royalty share. So it's just a lot more expensive. I decided to do a Kickstarter, and I believe there's 4 different options. If you're interested in backing the project, you can also just back it without getting in any rewards if you just want to like add in, throw in a couple dollars or something like that. The first level will get you an early ebook copy of the book whenever it's available. The second one, you'll also get the early ebook copy. You'll also get your name and the acknowledgements of the book. The third one is basically just the pre-orders that we've done in the past, where the cost of that tier is literally just the cost that I'm estimating the audiobook will be. And then once the audiobook becomes available, I'll send you one of the free codes that ACX provides, and you can download the audiobook for free in Audible. So ACX only provides me 25 codes, and you have to be in the United States in order to get one of those. So that's one of the limited quantity tiers. And then the final tier was the Blood Witch tier, which it's already been taken. I literally just posted this Kickstarter this morning and all 4 spots in this one were taken. So I don't know, maybe I'll add some more. But this one was, you get the previous benefits. So you're in the acknowledgements, you get the ebook copy early, but then I also name one of the characters after you in upcoming books, and those sold out real quick. So I'm happy that people were excited about that. I thought that was kind of a fun perk. Maybe I'll add a couple more, but I only have so many characters I can name after people, because I'm not gonna just like throw in a random character who's not relevant to the plot. I'm not adding characters, but I have plenty of new characters who've been introduced in book 3 and later. So I'm like, I can just swap out their name. I'll just add your name in there. So there's only so many characters that I can do that with, which is why the spots for that one were limited. But let me go back through the book and see how many I can do it for, and we'll see if I can add some more spots for that, because people seem to be excited about that one. But anyway, if you're interested in backing the project, I would appreciate it so much. I'll have the link down below. It's a 60-day time limit, so if we don't meet the goal in 60 days, it won't happen. Yeah, I think that's all there is to say on that. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I'm gonna eat and then we'll get back into work for the night. Okay, I just got very distracted. We're gonna get to work now. Like I was saying, one of the benefits for the Kickstarter for the highest tier was to have a character named after you. So I literally just kind of like quickly scrolled through all of Bloodless Ties to see which characters I could use for this kind of thing, you know, characters who'd been introduced in book 3, not someone who'd been introduced previously, because they already have an established name. And I just kind of made a list of all of the characters that I have, and there are a lot where I really like the name, so obviously I don't want to change it. So, but there are some that like I really don't care what this character's name is, so we could easily change it. I was trying to see if I had like more, so I could add more options for that, because that sold out so quickly, and I might be able to add like 1 more, maybe 2 more, but I don't want the book to be like oversaturated by it, you know? So anyway, now we're gonna completely switch gears over to A Broken Perfect Lies. Let me pull up my checklist. Okay. The scene that I already rewrote, because I thought I could add more suspense to it and just make it more exciting overall, which I do think it helped. I do like it. I think I'm gonna have to rewrite again because of something that I changed. So now I need to like add that in. So it's not like I have to completely redo it. The changes that I made are still gonna stay, but I literally just rewrote this chapter and we're gonna have to rewrite it again. So maybe we won't start with that, because that's just gonna like get me irritated. I gotta figure out where I can add in this conversation, and I need to figure out how I can add a scene. So we're gonna have to pull up my note cards and see where some things would fit.
We're falling out, we have reached disaster. Don't know where we're gonna be after. And we do it all again and again and again and again. Again and again and again and again. We're falling down, we faded.
I swear every time I check something off of my list, every time I make a change, I create a new change for myself that I also have to make because of what I just did. So anyway, now we have another new scene to write.
Driving down the road that I grew up on once again. It's when I pass your door, the memories come back again. Pictures of us flooding back just like a wave. Makes me wonder what happened, what you're up to today. Remember when we stole your mother's car, we drove for days. Teenagers with too many feelings and rage. We were higher than the ceiling, middle fingers to the sky.
You know, the rough draft of this book was somewhere in the 40,000s. I can't remember exactly how long it was. Also, I think the first nighttime writing vlog we ever did was when I was working on this book. Anyway, the rough draft of this was incredibly short and I knew it would get longer as I started revising it, but I still thought it would be a short, quick book. I thought, you know, 60K, maybe 70K. It just keeps getting longer and longer and longer, and I just don't know if I'm capable of writing a short book. I want to be. I'd be able to publish a lot faster if I could do that. We're at 83K now, and we just have more to go. I'm thinking it's probably going to be more like 90,000 at this point. I don't know. I found the place to add the new scene that I needed to. We just wrote that, which is good. But the thing is, like, every time I add one of these new scenes, it changes my character's like state of mind, and I need to go in and then add kind of like mentions of what happened in the following scene, so it doesn't feel like it just like is in the middle randomly and doesn't affect the character. So every single time I make these changes, it just causes this huge ripple effect where I can't just like not reference that happening for the rest of the book. Now I need to go in and add mentions of it because this is something that would affect my character. It's a never-ending uphill battle, but it's going well. I'm happy with the changes I've made so far. It's almost 6:30. We're low on kombucha. We have a Maxine. This is really blurry. There we go. I think we're gonna switch to wine. What do you think, Mr. Dean? He's like, I think you should feed me. What was that, Max? It's not clear what you want. It's not clear what you're asking for. You know, when you do this, you're actually delaying it because you're in the way. Oh, you're not gonna like this one. You don't like this flavor. She put her nose up. Major college dorm room vibes. You want to hear something, a realization that I had. I don't know if I should go into it. It's a little bit much, but I used to write shorter books. This is relevant because we were talking about how long this book was. The Anti-Relationship Year was my second novel, and I want to say that one was probably around like 66,000 words. The novel that came out after that was the first book in the Marionette series, was The Marionettes. I want to say that was like 71,000. So both of those were still pretty short. All my other books are long, but those are some of my earlier ones, and those are short. And I feel like the more I've written and the more, specifically the more that I've published, the longer I've allowed my books to be. And I don't think it's a skill thing. I don't think it's necessarily because I've improved so much as a writer. I do think that accounts for it a little bit, but I honestly think the reason why I used to write such short books, if you've read my first book, The Anti-Virginity Pact, and you kind of related to like the discussion on anxiety in there, I honestly think that's where that came from. I think I was so afraid that if I wasn't like as like short and to the point and like fast-paced as possible, people were gonna stop listening, people were gonna stop reading, and they were gonna put the book down. Like, I was afraid to take up too much space with my books. I was afraid to take too long to get to the point. I was afraid to make them long because I didn't know how long I'd be able to hold someone's attention. And now that I've had more books come out and I've realized, oh, people are willing to read the 100,000 words for me, people like the 100,000 word books for me, I think I've gotten a little more confident in making my books longer. So I don't know, it was just something kind of interesting that I realized. And I've just like started to let myself write longer books. I think it was like a psychological block for a while there. I don't know if you're a writer, if you've ever experienced anything like this. It might just be me. I just thought it was kind of an interesting thing. Another thing I'm not good at is writing endings. I know that's my weakness in every book, so I feel like I need to work on the ending of this book, just in the fact that I tend to wrap things up pretty quickly at the end of books. I don't like these like long drawn out endings, so I write pretty like short and snappy things, but people tend to comment on that in my books, is that I wrap them up a little too quickly. So that's something I'm really trying to focus on with this book, is not making the ending feel too abrupt and not wrapping it up a little too quickly. I feel like I kind of wrap up my books in the way that like movies that I like end, where you get a rom-com and it ends with like the couple getting together, and it doesn't like go into this like long-winded explanation of how the relationship is afterwards. Like, I feel like you don't need that. I feel like the whole point is like the get together, but readers, I've noticed in reviews, have really been commenting like they want more than that. They want to see beyond the like get together moment. which I don't know how I feel about it. I think that might help with some of these bullet points that I have where I need to have a little more closure with some of these subplots. So I'm thinking maybe if I gave myself a little bit more space at the end, if I made the epilogue a little bit longer, I might have some more opportunities to work with that at the end, if that makes sense. Anyway, I feel like I've done all of the bullet points that I had like a game plan for. Now I think we're gonna sit here and think things through and figure out where we're gonna go for the rest of the bullet points.
No.